Welcome to the zoological world. Today we will discuss about Cashmere goat. Incredible Cashmere goat facts. Several things distinguish these goats from their barnyard cousins. Any goat breed that produces significant quantities of warm, light, downy fibers in its winter undercoat can be considered a Cashmere goat. Cashmere fleece can be harvested either by shearing or combing. These goats thrive in cold climates that may be inhospitable to other livestock because their winter undercoats keep them warm. Cashmere goats typically produce around 4 ounces of cashmere fiber annually. Many of these goats also give milk fit for human consumption. Cashmere goat appearance is noted. These goats are not a specific breed. Their overall appearance will vary according to what breed they are, but their distinguishing characteristic is a long, dense undercoat that develops in the colder months and is the source of the cashmere fibers. Selective breeding helps produce animals with significant amounts of this undercoat. Since these goats are not a breed as such, they have no strict height or weight requirements on average. Male goats weigh around 85 pounds while female goats weigh 60 pounds. Both male and female animals have horns. Australian goats, also known as Merit Cashmere goats, are strong, sturdy, well-muscled animals with white coats. Australian goats are derived from the feral goats thought to be descended from the domesticated animals brought over by British penal colony settlers. In the early 1970s, researchers identified cashmere fibers in a herd of feral goats, and the industry was developed. Pashmina cashmere goats, also known as Chongthangi or Chagra goats, are native to the high plateaus of the Himalayan foothills, though they can now be found in other parts of Southeast Asia. They stand between 22 and 26 inches tall and have distinctive, rounded horns. Though their outer coats are generally white, their cashmere fibers can be white, black, or gray. Pashmina goats are generally thought to produce the finest quality cashmere fibers. Cashmere goat behavior. These goats don't behave in a markedly different fashion from goats who are not bred for their fiber. They are social animals that gather in herds that can range anywhere from 4 to 100 members. Males are called bucks or billies, and can be distinguished by their beards. Female goats are called does or nannies while immature goats are called kids. Goats are more aggressive than their distant relatives, cows, and sheep. Their herds usually show signs of a pecking order. Despite old wives' tales that characterize them as dirty animals, they are actually quite fastidious about cleanliness. They groom themselves by licking parts of their bodies. They're inquisitive, and they use their mouths and noses to investigate. This may be the source of that other old wives' tale that goats will eat anything. Actually, goats are picky eaters that prefer to graze on grass, shrubs, and small trees. Cashmere goat diet. In the US, Australia, and New Zealand, domesticated goats graze in pastures throughout the warmer months and eat hay in the winter. It's been estimated that a single goat will eat 1 square bale of hay per head per week. They also need access to fresh clean water. Pregnant and nursing goats may need supplemental feedings of grain. Cashmere goat reproduction and life cycle. The average lifespan of these goats is 10 to 12 years. Males reach puberty between 4 and 8 months while females reach puberty between 7 and 10 months. Breeding occurs in the late summer or early fall as a culmination of the rutting season. Female goats exude a powerful musky odor to attract the attention of males, and males will frequently fight over females. The gestation period is typically 5 months long, so that kids are born between late February and the beginning of May. How much is a cashmere goat worth? The price for a cashmere goat in the U.S. generally ranges from between $175 and $550. The price depends upon a number of different factors. Larger goats will typically produce more fiber than smaller goats, so their price is generally higher. Thus, male goats will cost more than female goats because they are larger. Adult goats will generally cost more than kids. Are there cashmere goats in the United States? Yes, there are cashmere goats in the U.S., though large-scale cashmere production is a relatively new industry. They were first imported to the U.S. from Australia in the 1980s. There are approximately 500 cashmere goat farms in the U.S. Are cashmere goats profitable? Given how cheaply cashmere can be imported from China, it is challenging to make a profit on cashmere produced in the U.S. Only a handful of the 500 American cashmere goat farms is able to turn a profit on fiber alone. So many of these farms supplement their fiber earnings with goat milk and goat cheese.